All right. Good evening and welcome to the Planning Commission of the City of Moreno Valley. I now call this meeting to order on August 24th, 2023 at 6:02 p.m. Can we have a roll call?
Commissioner Erlen Gonzalez,
Here.
Commissioner Darrell Terrell, Commissioner Ray Baker,
Here.
Commissioner David Zeitz,
Here.
Commissioner Joanne Steffen,
Present.
Vice Chairperson Omar Kobian,
Here.
Chairperson Alvin Dijonay.
Here. All right. Commissioner Gonzalez will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Flag of the United States of America, republic for which it stands, God, indivisible. Thank you. All right, we'll now move to the approval of the agenda. May I have a motion and a second?
I'll move that we accept the agenda as submitted.
I'll second that.
Okay, that's a first and a second, and we have electronic vote. Okay, the motion carries. All right, before we hear public comments this evening, I ask and encourage everyone participating to keep their comments respectful toward others, especially towards individuals speaking. I, of course, embrace and support the First Amendment right to free speech, including everyone's right to speak at this meeting and share his or her opinions and views concerning our city. But we can accomplish that more as a city and as private citizens by being civil and respectful toward one another in this meeting. During the public comment period for each item, as well as during the public comment period for items not on the agenda, each member of the public who has signed up to speak will have a maximum of 3 minutes to speak. Any person wishing to address the commission on matters either on the public comment section of the agenda or scheduled items or public hearing item must fill out a request to speak form available at the door, right next to the door back there. The completed form must be submitted to the secretary prior to the agenda item being called by the chairperson. In speaking to the commission, members of the public may be limited to 3 minutes per person, except for the applicant for entitlements. The commission may establish an overall time limit for comments on a particular agenda item, and members of the public must direct their questions to the chairperson of the commission and not to other members of the commission, the applicant, the staff, or the audience. With that said, the next item is the public comments on any item not on the agenda. Do we have any speakers?
There are no speakers, Chair.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the consent calendar. All items listed under the consent calendars are considered to be routine and non-controversial and may be enacted by one motion unless a member of the commission requests that an item be removed for separate action. Items withdrawn for report discussion will be heard after the public hearing items. Questions or comments from the public on the consent calendar matters are limited to 3 minutes per individual and must pertain to the subject under consideration. At this time, would any commissioner like to pull an item from the consent calendar for a separate vote? No? All right. Do we have any public comments for items on the consent calendar?
No, Chair.
All right. Do we have a motion and a second for the consent calendar?
I'll make a motion to accept the consent calendar.
I'll second.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Do you have a vote? Uh-oh. Oh, now I'm the
Apologize, we
mover.
had a glitch. If you guys can revote, I apologize.
I think it's still,
Still?
yeah, it's putting us all as the mover.
Okay.
We can do
No, I apologize. I can do it right now.
no, it's still got us here.
We're miss.
There we go. All right.
There we go.
Ah, it did it again.
No, he actually put abstain. It's
Yeah,
fine.
he put abstain.
I wasn't here.
Yeah, it's fine. It passes.
Ah, I get it, because of the abstains, it's saying.
Yeah.
The vote this evening does pass. There are, the 3 abstentions ultimately go with the majority. The majority was 4 yeses. And ultimately, Commissioner Taylor would not vote at this time, given that she is an alternate. So we're good.
All right. All right, the next item on the agenda is non-public hearing items, and at this time, we have no items, okay? All right, the next item on the agenda is consideration for the public hearing items. Number 1.
Chair?
Yes.
Before we move to item number 1, I think Commissioner Stefan would like to make a statement.
Yes, I'd like to recuse myself.
From
voting on
item
this
number 1?
From item number 1.
Okay, she has to leave the dais.
So she'll actually leave the chamber as a whole. And then Commissioner Taylor will come up now and assume the seat.
And just for the record, Commissioners, the recusal is due to her location within the project site.
I see. Okay, so, all right, well, welcome, Commissioner Taylor. All right, so the item number 1, the applicant is requesting approval for a tentative parcel map, 38,457, to subdivide a 1.03 acre parcel into 2 parcels within the residential 5 district. Do we have a staff report?
The staff report this evening will be presented by Associate Planner Danielle Harper-Scott.
Thank you, Chairman and members of the Commission. Danielle Harper, Scott Associate Planner. The project before you this evening is a request to consider a tentative parcel map to subdivide a 1.03 acre project site into 2 parcels. The project site is located at 24835 Kamia Avenue, situated on the south side of Kamia Avenue, east of Hubbard Street. The project site is developed with 1 single-family residence and is within the Residential 5 district. Surrounding development consists of single-family residences to the north, south, east, and west. The applicant is requesting approval of a tentative parcel map number 38457 to subdivide a 1.03 acre parcel into 2 parcels. Parcel 1 is proposed to be 24,285 square feet and will include the existing single-family residence. Parcel 2 is proposed to be 20,765 square feet and will be vacant. The proposed subdivision will allow future single-family residential uses on Parcel 2. The proposed subdivision has been designed to comply with the standards of the municipal code. With the recommended conditions of approval, staff recommends the Planning Commission approve resolution number 2023-38 and thereby determine the tentative parcel map is categorically exempt from CEQA as a Class 15 exemption and approve the tentative parcel map based on recitals, evidence, and findings set forth in the resolution. After publication of the staff report, staff has received 1 public comment, which was handed and provided at the dais. This concludes staff's presentation. I am available for any questions. The applicant is also present.
Thank you. Are there any commissioner questions for staff?
On this particular property, I know that adjoining them to the west is large animal keeping. Is this property large animal keeping also? And with the subdivision, would it stay that way?
So being that this property is zoned R5, it is not part of the, it's not part of the PACO overlay, primary animal keeping overlay.
Okay. Is there a chance that, because I know the property to the west has been grandfathered in, I believe is what they call it. Is there a chance that this by having this property divided, will it affect the one next to it? Can it change its grandfathering?
So ultimately, the application of the PACO overlay is not impacted in any way by adjacent development. The only way to remove the overlay is actually through a zone change application.
Okay,
So that's ultimately how that would occur, and that would be an application that would need to come before this commission for consideration.
Thank you.
Any other commissioner questions for staff? Okay,
Sure.
all right. If there aren't any other commissioner questions, would the applicant like to speak at this time? Is the applicant present? Okay. No? No. Would you like to come up and speak and?
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, if you can please go to the, thank you.
Yeah, my name is Roger Bazansky. I'm a general contractor. I'm the one that's going to probably be dividing all this and building it. So I'm kind of just want to make sure that all's good to go. We've been a year and a half into this, trying to get this lot split done, which is, well, years ago it used to be, 6 months, and now it's this. So my clients are pretty, they're excited about this, and I know there was a comment made that I had read about a neighbor, and I don't see that at all. I've known these people now as clients for over a year and a half in the process of this, and they're really good people, and they're just trying to have a place for mom and dad, or actually it's just mom now. So anyhow, that's it. I don't think there's anything else to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Questions or?
Okay, are there any commissioner questions for the applicant?
I just have a comment to the applicant. Just to say, it's nice to have another opportunity to develop some residential development, especially for family, and that's nice. That's nice. I know it takes a long time to process, but it's worth it. Thank you.
All right. Any other commissioner questions for the applicant? All right, at this time, we'll now open the public testimony. The clerk will call upon each person who has requested to speak. Each member of the public wishing to speak will have a maximum of 3 minutes to speak on the public hearing item. Do we have any public comments?
We have no public comments, Chair. Or, I'm sorry, speakers.
Okay, all right. Okay. Without, any the public speakers, all right, let's move on to, let's close the public testimony and move into deliberations. I'll mention this a little bit. We have new folks on the board and on the commission. And, it's not a requirement to speak, if you look at the information that's there, and you deliberate in your mind. If you do have something to add to the table, absolutely, we want to hear your thoughts, your comments, and stuff like that. Believe it or not, I've been on this now since 2018. Oh, God, I'm late 17. And with as many of us here now, a full table, we probably want to keep those comments to about 5 minutes per commissioner. With 5 minutes per commissioner, we're still looking at about 35 to 40 minutes if each one of us take that. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the time. If we got something to say, if we got something to put it out there, that's absolutely fine. That's what we're here for. But we do want to keep that respect of time for each other and, keep our comments strictly towards the business at hand. All right, so now we're in deliberations, and this is the time that you would speak your piece about the project. I'll go first. All right, I don't see any problem with it. I mean, subdividing some properties to build some, for a house, mom and pop like that. I mean, great thing, So to help us grow and build more homes, absolutely fantastic. I'm with that.
I too, I don't have any issue. If you look compared to the houses behind it, it's like 2.5 times the width of the other homes. I don't see a problem with this.
I also concur with my colleagues here. It's, I think, a good deal for everybody involved. I like it.
Same here. It's, again, great project to bring more opportunities for families.
Any project that brings family homes to Moreno Valley, I'm in support of. So I think it's great.
Again, I'm in support of this. I do support keep family close. Best way to do it.
I have no comment.
All right, if we're moving right down the line, do we have a motion in a second?
I'll move that we accept Resolution 2023-38 and thereby determine that the tentative track map PN 22-0167 is categorically exempt for the provisions of the California Environmental Act as a Class 15 exemption, Section 5315. Also approve the tentative parcel map for PN 22-0167, subject to the attached conditions of approval included in Exhibit A.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Can we have a vote?
We will be doing a roll call vote
Okay.
for this item. Commissioner Erlen Gonzalez,
Yay.
Commissioner Ray Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Darrell Terrell,
Yes.
Commissioner David Zeitz,
Yes.
Commissioner Nicole Taylor,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Omar Kobian,
Yes.
Chairperson Alvin Dijonay.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, the motion carries. Do we have a staff wrap-up?
The action of the Planning Commission is an appealable action. Anyone wishing to appeal the decision of the commission must do so by filing an appeal with the Community Development Director and pay the applicable filing fee within 10 calendar days. That item will be scheduled for a future City Council meeting if appealed.
Thank you. All right, moving on to, we're moving on to item number 2. This is like a, yeah, can I have a sub? Can I?
Tag me in.
Huh? Come on in. Coach says, come on in. All right, moving on to item number 2. The applicant is requesting approval of a plot plan for a 4-story hotel with up to 78 guest rooms in the specific Plan 204 Community Commercial Community Mixed Use District. Do we have a staff report?
The presentation again will be made by Associate Planner Danielle Harper-Scott.
Thank you, Chairman and members of the Commission. The project before you is a request to consider a plot plan review to construct a hotel. The 1.05 acre project site is located at 23278 Olivewood Plaza Drive, situated on the northwest side of Olivewood Plaza Drive. The project site is within specific Plan 204 Community Commercial Community Mixed Use District. Surrounding land uses include existing commercial uses to the south and east, vacant and unimproved land to the west, and the State Route 60 freeway to the north. The applicant is proposing to construct a 34,692 square foot, 4-story hotel with up to 78 guest rooms. The proposed project provides a 750 square foot rooftop deck that includes outdoor seating, fire pits, a pergola cover, decorative planter boxes, and a kitchenette. The proposed hotel is designed with a contemporary architectural style. The elevations feature stucco and stone veneer exterior finishes and includes enhanced design elements such as recessed windows, aluminum louvers, storefront windows, and canopies. The proposed project, as designed and conditioned, is consistent with the city's general plan, municipal code, and specific Plan 204 requirements. With the recommended conditions of approval, staff recommends that the Planning Commission approve resolution number 2023-37 and thereby determine that the plot plan is categorically exempt by CEQA as a Class 32 exemption. This concludes staff's presentation. I am available for any questions. The applicant is also present.
Thank you. All right, are there any commissioner questions for staff? Okay, all right. He said, where's the Christmas tree going? Okay.
We will defer that question to the applicant to address.
No commissioner question. All right. All right, if there's no commissioner questions for the staff at this time, would the applicant like to speak?
Hello, my name is Dylan Patel. I'm the developer for this project. First of all, I just want to apologize. My phone went off. Forgot to put it on a silent, but I do apologize for that. Yeah, we're very excited for this project. It's a True by Hilton brand. It's a good brand, and it's going to bring a lot of jobs to the city. Also, occupancy tax. We expect to pay somewhere close to, hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. So it will bring a good revenue to the city and bring some good jobs to the city as well. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Commissioner questions for the applicant?
Hi. What did your development company see in Moreno Valley? Kind of why now? I know lately there's been a lot of construction of hotels in the hospitality sector. Why now versus maybe in the few years past? Is Moreno Valley getting the based on your analysis hotels, right?
Yeah. So to be honest, we purchased this property back in 2014. So I've been personally going at it since 2014. About 4 years ago or 5 years ago, we had another conditions of approval for on a same property, same lot, but it was under a different brand. Also smaller room count. After COVID hit, I just decided to let pause that project. And then when I restarted it, I decided to go with a different brand, and they just have a different design. So that's why I have to just reapply for this conditions of approval. To be honest, I've been going. I'm trying to get this project up and running since probably 2016. And Moreno Valley has a lot of potential. It's a good location, and that's the main reason for me to still want to build this project.
Thank you.
I have a couple questions. Are you in the hospitality business? Do you have other hotels?
Yes.
In Southern California?
Yes.
And why did you decide to use the True by Hilton? Have you ever built a True by Hilton?
No, no. I think this one probably is going to be the first one in Southern California. They have one going on in Norco. They might be ready before me. Who knows? But yeah, so far there is no True by Hilton in Southern California. I think there's one close to Ventura. There's one in Northern California. Majority of them are in Texas, Midwest, or Eastern part of the country.
Okay. I know that with a lot of our youth nowadays, there is starting to be more of a demand of youth going into trades as opposed to just everybody being pushed to college. So I know that Moreno Valley is going to have a job fair, I believe, in October, and I'm curious to know if your developer or your contractor is going to be looking to do any local hire or any internship to get into the trades.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't zeroed in on the contractor yet, but I will definitely put that. I'll inform him about this trade, and yeah, I most likely he will take up on that.
I just want to express the importance of providing something to the community. Make sure that we're hiring contractors, bringing that they're going to hire local hire as well, not bringing out of state contractors, because there's a lot of bad things that happens when you bring out of state contractors.
Yeah,
they don't play by the same rules in California.
Right.
Does.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I agree 100%.
I'm along the same thing. I mean, contracted, the building has to go up, but once that building goes up, the plan to hire locally here for people to run the hotel, what, you have a plan for that?
Yeah, so I think majority of the applicants are going to be from Moreno Valley, and so we expect to hire majority of the staff will probably reside in Moreno Valley. I'll take up the opportunity of the job fair also. I'll work with Chamber of Commerce, Moreno Valley Chamber of Commerce too. We'll do some kind of advertising where we can inform the local residents about this project that is nearly in completion and we'll be hiring soon. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's a lot of ways we can get the word out, make sure the residents know that we are hiring and we are looking to hire local.
Okay.
I realize that the hotel is a lot larger than what's existing there now, and one of our other commissioners did mention the tree lot, which has kind of been a staple in Moreno Valley for several years. I always hate to see a small business getting run out. Has there been anything from you as the property owner to help that person out, maybe find another location, or when will he not be able to use that property anymore? Or if the city could possibly step out somehow or another and maybe help him find another location, because he's been around since I can remember, and I really hate to see him just get pushed out if he wants to continue to do what he's doing. If he wants to retire, that's fine. But, it's tradition with a lot of families in Moreno Valley going there, and I don't think it's going to stop the hotel, but I think it would be a good community thing or whatever to try and help that gentleman out and get him another location if you have another piece of property close by or something.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. We have a good working relationship. In fact, I just talked to him last week when he saw the sign about it, and he was a little concerned. Like, he called me right away, like, "Hey, so am I still doing this December?" I said, "No, yes, you absolutely are." He's well aware of about this project that I'm trying to do. And he wishes me all the best. And in terms of where he can possibly use the location, we're right next to us, Lou Scarpino, my neighbor, owner of the neighboring lot. I think he might be very open to it. It's a similar size lot right next to it. I will definitely share him the contact info, and I'll even talk to Lou, and maybe I can persuade him to let him do the same thing that I did to him.
Because we still need to keep the traditions in this city too.
Yeah, absolutely. We need Christmas trees.
Yep.
The Christmas trees will for sure be in the lobby. We do have a pool table. Maybe we'll put it on top of the pool table if we have a high ceiling.
Any other commissioner questions for the applicant?
I got one here. I assume you're putting an elevator in here, right?
Yes.
4-story. Now, is there gonna be like downstairs a snack bar for like continental breakfast or, I didn't see that in the notes here, but maybe there is. You know,
Yes, yeah, there will be a hot breakfast we will offer. It's a standard by True by Hilton. There will also be a snack bar where guests can purchase snacks, drinks. Yeah, coffee station is going to be there 24/7. But yeah, we'll have full buffet style hot breakfast for our guests every morning.
Good deal.
Any other commissioner questions for the applicant? All right, well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. All right, at this time, we'll now open the public testimony. The clerk will call upon each person. Each member of the public wishing to speak will have a maximum of 3 minutes to speak on the public hearing item. Do we have any public comments?
We have no speakers.
All right. Well, if there's no speakers, we'll close the public testimony and move into deliberations.
Well, I don't see a problem with it. Been in the works for a long time. He just, kind of with all the things that have been happening, but I think the growth of the city and the way they're starting to expand, and hopefully that remodel of that mall is going to generate a lot of activity. It sounds like a really nice place. I'm already ready to rent a room. But it does, and it's been there for a long time where it's been vacant, and yeah, the Christmas tree thing once a year, but we got to keep building, and we have to keep accommodating everybody, and it's right there by the freeway. It's got access. It's on the main boulevard. So I don't see a problem with it.
No, it looks aesthetically pleasing. We do need to put something there. That's one of our gateways to the city. They come in right there on that corner, so got to keep that up and make it look nice. And that rooftop deal, that's nice. I've experienced those in Los Angeles, not in these smaller local places, but Los Angeles. Go up there and have a meal and sit on the top there and enjoy the weather. That's a nice touch. I really like that. Yeah.
I've actually stayed at a True before. They're nice. They look good from the outside too. There was one in Vegas that I go for my work that we use, and it's really nice. Now I don't know if it's too late, but it's the rooftop. I seen their opening. Are those wing walls? Is that corridor open to the sky? Are those wing walls protected? I don't know if it's too late to ask that question. It doesn't matter.
Canopy?
Keep it covered from the elevator lobby and the stair. Okay. Thank you.
I like it. I was on the internet. This is kind of news for me, but I've been on the internet and I saw pictures of it, and it looks like a cool, hip hotel. And I like the color schemes because it's modernism, seems like, from Palm Springs. But also, I think your project will bring to life Centermead Boulevard. It would, I think it will make it vibrant and flourish again, and I think it will be an economic multiplier for the Centermead Boulevard area, and it will stimulate, I think, the local businesses around there and creating jobs, and it would benefit revenue to our city for public safety, parks and recs, and improvement. But also too, I think it's what this commission has done over the years that I admire. That it's bringing closer to the job housing balance that's expressed in the general plan. But overall, I like it, and like I said, I drove over there, and I think it's wonderful, and I think it's going to do a lot for Sunny Boulevard that needs some tender loving care. And with the leadership of my council member, Elena Santa Cruz, who's doing a lot over there, and I think it would add to it, and it will, like Commissioner Stefan said, it will help the Moreno Valley Mall. It would help bring in more people and shop there, and I think it's a win-win for not only for Sunny Boulevard but for our city. And appreciate you taking the chance on our community, because we're about to move into a world-class status, and there I think this hotel is gonna push us into that direction. So thank you.
Anyone else? No? I have a motion and a second.
I'll move that we approve Resolution 2023-37 to determine the plot plan PN 23-0018 is categorically exempt from the provisions of the California Environmental Quality Act as a Class 32 exemption and as an infill development project. Also approve plot plan PN 23-0018, subject to the attached conditions of approval included in Exhibit A.
I second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second. You forgot to add the Christmas trees. There we go. All right, the motion carries. Can we have a staff wrap-up?
The action of the Planning Commission is an appealable action. Anyone wishing to appeal the decision of the Commission must do so by filing an appeal with the Community Development Director and pay the applicable filing fee within 10 calendar days. If so submitted, it will be heard at a future City Council meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, the next item on the agenda is other commissioner business, and at this time, we have no items. So therefore, the next item on the agenda is staff comments. Do we have any staff comments?
So I want to first off start by saying welcome to all of our new planning commissioners. I've gotten an opportunity to speak to some of you, and I look forward to definitely speaking with all of you and meeting with all of you going forward. And congratulations on your appointments to the commission, and that's for everyone. And if you have any questions, clarifications on any of these projects, always please feel free to reach out to myself, and I will work with my team to get you the best answers that I can. So, and then also just for note, being that this is a new hat for some of you, staff will be reaching out to all of the commissioners for a training session either in the month of September or October. We're gonna look at schedules. We're gonna ask you all what your availability is, and we will go from there. So welcome and congratulations.
All right. All right, the next item on the agenda is planning commissioner comments. Well, you know what, I'd like to, maybe we hear just a little tiny bit from each of the new members. You know what, I'd like to, maybe we hear just a little tiny bit from each of the new members here. You know, if anybody want to go first and tell us a little bit about
I just wrote. I'm usually like to write stuff down because my mind works, and for me this is new for me because I used to be over there, and it's something I'm a little nervous, and people say, "How can you be nervous?" I'm human, but I'm honored and blessed to be here with you guys, and it's been a long journey for me, and I'm here to be part of this amazing group of people and staff who fostered a new economic renaissance haven't seen since the 1980s, which has led to 30,000 new jobs over the last decade and raised new annual average household income to a record number, and new revenue and new affordable housing. And diversifying our economy, like logistics, manufacturing, hospitality, and medical. This all happened because of your guys' big picture thinking. And and I'm just honored to be here, and I'm excited, and I want to continue to be on this team to continue the economic growth, creating jobs so people can live closer to home, so we can close that job housing gap, and we can make it so we can have that balance, and so we can have affordable housing so people can live closer to home and they could be with their family. And I know us working together, we can unite this community to build a bridge to the people's, to their American dream, no matter where they live in the city. And again, I'm honored and nervous, but I thank all of you guys for your service, and I can learn something from you guys, because you guys have done a heck of a job in moving the city forward into where it's at right now. And we got a lot of more work to do, and so we can give people a reason to hope, and you guys have. So I'm honored, and again, I'm blessed to be part of this team.
Thank you.
How do you talk after that? I am very honored to be here. It's been a long journey to get here. I know I'm glad the way that it worked out that I got here, and I thank Mr. Mayor Pro Tem Delgado for recommending me. But in the end, I am a planning commissioner for the city. I am not a planning commissioner for my district. Yes, I have experience in my district of the rural areas, and I will watch out for that. But in the end, I am going to be a city planning commissioner and try and do what's right for the city overall. I've been a resident since '83. I've worked in this city. I do have a small business in this city now, and I have no plans of going anywhere. I like it here. And I don't know what else to say about that, but like I said, we're here to work together, and let's get done what we need to get done, and let's get this city moving forward. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. I also want to learn from everyone on as a planning commissioner. I just want to say a little about myself. Originally from Baldwin Park, California, where the first In-N-Out was. I'm sure you guys know where that is. And then, moved on to Riverside, UCR, and then got married, my family, and resided here. I've been residing here in Moreno Valley since 2010, so 13 years. I served on the Planning Commission as an alternate for 2 years. It was a great opportunity. I met Mr. Baker and others that were on here. In 2017, I wasn't selected as a permanent planning commissioner. So, as Mr. Seitz said, it was a journey for 6 years. I tried over and over again, and finally, everything aligned. So, there's always a time for everything, right? So, it was nice to get the support of the mayor, Councilman Marquez, and the rest of the city council. So, I appreciate that, and like we're all here to serve. We may have our some personal preferences of what we want, but at the end of the day, we have to make sure that we're making decisions that benefit the city of Moreno Valley, all stakeholders, whether you're a resident, homeowner, developer. We're all here to serve and make sure that Moreno Valley is going in the right direction. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you. Oh, yeah. Our alternate over there, yeah.
And she'll be up here.
She will be.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nikki Taylor. I have been a resident here for 14 years. I grew up in the city of San Bernardino. I've seen that city go through so much, and I knew that I wanted to be more involved in civic participation. A little bit about me, I've been a public servant since I was 14 years old. 25 of those years I spent with the San Bernardino County Office of Education, and 7 of those years I was in the Facilities Planning and Construction Department, building K through 12 schools for special ed and alt ed students. So that's where my knowledge of construction came from, and building just in general. But my mom said, "Why did you move to Moreno Valley?" And I said, "I don't know, I just liked it. Didn't have one friend out here, didn't know anyone. Put my kids in youth sports, which the city supported at all the parks that my kids practice at. I currently walk at Towngate Park, and I see youth practicing there. I see all the families out. I see them having church and the ice cream truck and just everybody in the community coming together. I have a master's degree from Cal State San Bernardino in public administration. So I have a love for people just in general, and I have a love for public administration. And I'm excited to see the city move forward, even if the decisions that are being made now, maybe we might not even get to see, but our kids will. And Moreno Valley is what the kids call poppin'. And there's a lot of people moving here. There's a lot of changes. And I'm just, I really want to, pay attention to building single family homes. Also taking into account to those residents who have built up the city and have been here for years. You can't just push them out and build this great city, and then, the people that have been here for years, they're just left out. I believe in taking care of those people that are here, but also drawing more people into the city to live. Like Gerald Terrell said, to not only work here, but live here. The statistics show that most people do not live where they work. They either drive in and then they drive out. I remember one of my first commission meetings, Mr. Cobian talked about urban planning and hiring locally. I believe that is so super important. We have so many great colleges, UCR, Moreno Valley College, and all kids don't go straight to college. And all kids don't, they want to have a trade. And I believe that this commission is just like the way that it's put together now. I know that it was short for a while, but I believe that you guys will take the city in an amazing direction, and I'm so honored to be a part of it. And I told Sean, does alternates ever get called up? And he said, no, hardly ever. And then today he walks up to me and says, remember when I said that, you might get called up? And I was like, oh, okay, here we go. So I think that's setting the tone for me. I may be up there again soon. So I just wanted to say thank you, and I'm so excited to see what we can do for the city.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I personally welcome you all. I tell you, kudos to the mayor staff. To a mayor, and it's been a while since we've had a full planning commissioner. He's getting it done. With that being said, you guys are not going to find a more supportive staff. From IT to planning, everybody's so friendly and approachable. All the way up to being able to speak directly to the mayor, and it's fantastic. And so take advantage. You're gonna, when we sit down in that room and you go through this first little training, the last time we did this, it was phenomenal. You're gonna learn a lot, and there's gonna be other trainings that are gonna come along. So soak it in, ask questions. There's no question that's not unturned over here, and we're gonna try to support you all the way. If there will be some rules that you'll have to follow when we start talking about the Brown Act and stuff like that. Pay attention to that stuff. It's very, very important. But again, you will be 100% supported all the way through. And so congratulations, welcome to our wonderful commission, and I expect to see some wonderful things as we venture on. All right, with that said, the Planning Commission meeting is adjourned at 6:52 p.m. to our next regular meeting, September 14, 2023 at 6 p.m.